the alcohol, la 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 la. Just line 'em up and we will drink them all, la 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 la. But my mother always said, if you want to drink all day, you best start in the morning, son, 'cause that's the Irish way. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, and every other mother will agree. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, so order up around for you and me. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, and every mother best agree. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, so order up around for you and me, and you and me, and you and me. Let there be whiskey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome once again to Nerds with Alcohol. I am Russ.
And I'm Chris.
And this is episode 447?
Yep, 447.
447. 447 back in the virtual nerd basement. Ladies and gentlemen,
You
good
know,
to have you back.
it is. And I love coming in and seeing a full chat already that everybody's been
Yeah.
talking. Hey, everybody.
That's pretty
CD, Taliesin, Jeepo. Renee's not on tonight. She's actually at a class. Wow. Thank you, CD. Just
Yeah.
subscribed. 59th month.
Oh, wow. It's right
Thank
on.
you so much, man. Hey, next month's 5 years. We'll have to celebrate.
It's pretty great. Hey, Chris,
Hey,
I'm not seeing
maybe-
our faces on the seeing our faces on the stream.
I'm seeing them right here.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder why I'm not seeing anything.
I don't know. Can you guys see our faces?
Okay.
Yeah, but shut up. I don't.
So order up around for you and me.
Hold on. I'm waiting for it to catch up. It's
Very odd.
yeah.
It just says I'm seeing a spinning thing. It says,
Oh yeah.
Nerds with Alcohol show talking.
Oh yeah. You know why? Because we're losing packets like fucking crazy. Holy shit. Yeah,
Really?
we're at 64% packet loss. That's why.
Okay.
Fuck.
I see.
Yeah. So sorry guys.
Well, hopefully you can at least hear us if you can't see us.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Now it's got
Okay.
our faces on. It looks like.
There we go.
But it's still spinning. So yeah, we're at 64.4. I am not sure why that is. Other than that my internet must fucking suck. Actually, I think it's this computer. I think my computer is dying a slow death.
Well, you'd said that might be it.
Yeah. It seems to be because we don't seem to have this problem when we're in the basement on the other computer.
Mm-mm.
So I think I don't want to have to spend money, but anyway, CD, thank you again for the 5 years. We might need to get you a little something for
Yeah,
when you
send
hit,
him
when you hit 5 years.
Send him one of your koozies.
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
And there's with alcohol one at that.
Reboot your everything and get a T4 line put in. There you go. That'll fix everything.
You know, Jeepo, I wish, or CD, I wish I could get fiber here. It is not available here. I don't know. Is it available in Wanakee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that story? Renee's interviewing for a job there, maybe?
Yeah. It's one of those. If she were to get it, it's something that we couldn't pass up. Type of thing.
I see.
Yeah. Don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, she may be interviewing soon. We're waiting to hear.
Okay.
Where it is. So we've been already looking at it just in case, because she seems to fit the role really well. So we'll find out.
Okay.
Probably in a few weeks. But anyway, that doesn't change anything right now. And I mean, we could still do the show and everything like that. That wouldn't even be an issue. I'd just be an hour earlier.
Yeah. And it would be there wouldn't be any it would be all virtual nerd basement.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be. We'd have to go back for Tavern Nights. We'd have to go back to online, which would suck. But but anyway, yeah. Sorry, Tellison. It's my internet. I have good internet. I have fast internet, but without actually stopping the show, rebooting everything, and trying again, that's really all we got right now. I mean, we can try that. I just hate doing that to you guys because you're already here. But yeah, and I don't have anything that can actually monitor anything, so I don't know what is going on. Other than that, it's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night. Not raining or anything, so I don't know why everyone would be on their internet. But I have a feeling I'm oversubscribed. I am considering also switching carriers, because the one I have just jacked the price up, and the other one in the area says that they'll guarantee a lower price, almost half of what I'm paying now for the same speeds and everything, for 5 years. Or no, for life. Sorry, it's guaranteed for life. That's what it was. Yeah, price locked for life. Yeah. No, it's definitely mine, guys. It's not yours. It's mine. Here. We're hovering at 64.9% drop frames, actually. That's layer 2. So how was your week?
What did I do? Well, last week, basically slowly recovered from incarceration, which was good. I mean, we had the incarceration show was really great. It was good money and a good time, and just kind of work crazy stuff over the weekend. I did a show at Canterbury Village. We did a Harry Potter themed event. It was their Harry Potter birthday weekend kind of thing. And
But it's not Harry's birthday. Is it?
Harry's birthday is during the summer, I believe.
Oh,
He
okay.
died
You're
on
right. That's right.
Halloween, I think it was. Or his parents died on Halloween, I think it
that's
was.
what it was. Yeah. Dresden is on
So-
Halloween. Harry is like August 1st
So
or July 30th.
Yeah, I think it's July 31st or something. But so, and I was a little conflicted because
July
'cause
31st.
because J.K. Rowling is such a turf and piece of shit. But the cool thing about this event is, like, she doesn't get any money from this. They do this event and it's kind of underground, so to speak. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck them. They hired me to play. Last year I was Sirius Black. This year I was Fenrir Greyback. So instead of being this urbane, like kind of rich Englishman, is this guy all weekend, just kind of growling at people. And similar costume, but I wore my 8-inch platform boots and kind of just stomped around the place. It was fun. It was fun. It was hotter than sin though. Saturday was hot, and then Sunday was just horrible. It was like extra moist out there.
Extra moist.
Extra moist. Also I Friday night went to my folks for my father's 75th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you for to the old man. He it's great because we didn't know if he was ever going to get there because of his health issues, but he did, and it was a lovely birthday. I did end up getting into a bit of an argument with my sister Tiffany, but I mean that's pretty common. We actually haven't had one in a while, so I guess we were due. But
sometimes it's nice to pull out the hits.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was telling my mother, I was like, well, I can we kind of move it along because I have an early morning and I have to get into costume and makeup and then I have to get 2 other people into some basic makeup because we had a guy playing Severus Snape and a guy playing Igor Karkaroff, and both of them needed some makeup help. So I was like, I got to get there. I mean, it's 40 minutes away, half an hour to 40 minutes away. I got, so I had to get up early. We start at 10 o'clock. And my sister was like, well, do you know what time I get up for work every morning? 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or whatever the fuck it was. It was like super early. And I was like, it's not a competition, Tiffany. And I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks, And she just made it out to be like, well, I get up I get up early for work every day. And I'm like, well, I don't. So it makes it harder for me. I mean, whatever. It was just, it was like, what the fuck? Why you gotta be, why, and then she's all like, I'm just talking. I was like, well, you came across real shitty. So what the fuck? So, it just more of my sister being a pain in the ass. But overall, though, still a good week. We're getting into a lot more stuff at work. We got more artists coming in at the Parade Company. I am already making plans and planning for the next big rock show. We also, this coming weekend, we have our Eastern Market weekend for the Renaissance Festival on Sunday. There's a big kind of to-do that they do on Sunday at Eastern Market in Detroit. So yeah, it's a big deal. Oh, I got my former roommate is moving back in for a while. They're moving back up from North Carolina. They're going to be staying with us for a while. So Stella and I have been trying to get the house together a little bit, get things cleaned up, because we realized not having a third person in the house, keeping us in check, means that the house got kind of cluttered, and so we're trying to pick things up and adjust things so that when Harper gets here, we'll have, like, they won't have to do a whole bunch of massive cleanup. So we'll see. How about yourself?
I mean, it was a busy week. Went to Burloak Pride on Saturday. Had a good time. We were there for a few hours in the afternoon. Renee performed in the evening. And I didn't go to that. Pete did. Pete, his family, and a friend of their sons went to see the performance, and they were all like, wow, because they hadn't seen Renee do Fire before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, thank you, CD. Now he just gifted a sub to Ojipo.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. That's really great.
Yeah, that gets us to 10. Yeah. It's 10 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you.
That's really awesome.
But yeah, and then been working on the website, trying to get that up. I am inching closer and closer and closer to being able to launch things. Hopefully that's going to be real soon.
Jeepo, I was on stage with Snape for a few minutes, so just to answer your question.
But yeah, other than that, what else was going on? We didn't have game on Friday.
Nope.
But yeah, just kind of hanging out at the house. Oh, so one of the things I did is I got a new toy. And it's a Blackstone. It's a flat top smoker combo.
Okay.
It is wonderful. I actually just had leftover. First thing I did was I cooked up some onions and then made smash burgers on the flat top, and oh my god, they turned out so good. I actually just had leftover smash burgers tonight. And I haven't tried the smoker yet. It's a pellet smoker. It's got a bunch of like stuff where they got meat thermometer probes that I can stick in the meat, and that connects right up to it, and it'll keep track of the temperature of the meat. I can even link wirelessly to it with my phone. and see it from like inside the house and shit. So um I I love this thing. I got it off a marketplace. It's in amazing shape. It's in really, really good shape. Um Renee's friend Carolyn actually spotted it on uh what's it called, marketplace, and she knew I'd been looking for one for over a year, that I'd been looking at it. Just they're so damn expensive.
Mhm.
So but the guy was selling it for like a third the price of what it is brand new. So I'm like, well, she's like, we can get it, but you just got to use it. And I used it, like I said, 3 times in the first 2 days. I haven't used it in the last few days because it keeps threatening to rain. Um, it kept saying it wasn't going to rain today, but I actually hit rain on the way home, and it felt like rain and looked like rain when I got home. So I didn't do anything out there tonight, but I've made I
We haven't had
did leftovers.
fuck all.
Yeah, well, I know that's the thing. Like yesterday it was supposed to rain, and actually I saw when I went into work this morning, it rained like crazy just south of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was supposed to rain on Sunday. We were expecting at least some rain at Canterbury on Sunday, and it didn't. Nothing, zero. So it's just the humidity just hung in the sky all
Yep.
day. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing with that. It's a blast. I really like it. I made dinner on Saturday or on Friday. That was my smash burgers. Or no, that was
Cool.
lunch. Sorry. I did lunch. I
Okay.
did smash burgers for lunch. I did what did I make for dinner. Oh, I made Renee Beyond Burgers on there too. That's what I did for her. I did smash burgers, then I did breakfast on Saturday morning. I forget what I made. Shit, I'm blanking now on what I made on Friday night. But anyway, um it's it's fantastic. Oh, hey, we're back in the green at least now for a minute. So the stream
No, that's good.
should be catching up, hopefully. Um but yeah, I love it. I can't wait to try smoking on it. I think I can do it this weekend if the weather holds. I think I can do it on Saturday because what I want to do is I want to do like a long smoke. I don't want to just do something small. I want to do either um pulled pork, or I want to do a brisket, something like that. So um and it's funny because everyone's like, everyone I've been showing it to, they're like, okay, so when's the barbecue? I'm like,
Yeah, for real, man.
let me learn how to use it, and hopefully sometime in August we'll get a barbecue going before fair so that you can still come too. Not that you
Well,
ever
that would
show
be
up to my
lovely.
stuff.
I'm so busy, dude. I was just saying, like, um, now that August, we're at the last couple of days of July, and I think Saturday is like August 1st, I think, or Friday, one of the two. Yeah, Saturday is August 1st. Pretty much once August 1st happens, I'm packed up. I've got like the Renaissance Festival starts in, let's see, we got one,
Oh, now we're back in the
two,
red again. Fucking A.
three. I essentially have 3 weeks, 3 weekends until Ren Fair starts. And even the weekend before, I'm going to be I'm going to be busy on some level doing prep for the weekend before. This is going to get crazy. My now for the next, at least the next 4 months, I have very little time to myself. I had to basically bow out of a gig that I've done the last 2 years in Grand Rapids, and I, found to basically connected them to um, another, um, uh, another artist, another makeup artist, so that because I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't do it this year. Largely because it falls on the same weekend as opening weekend of the festival,
Hmm.
but then also the person that was going to fill in for me that weekend can't do it now, so I have to do it. And it'll be easier for us for the gig in Grand Rapids to get another artist to do that, as opposed to trying to for me to find somebody that can approximate the fairy designs, for MRF.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But yeah, so other than that, it was pretty much a week.
I'm just crazy busy.
Yeah, played Magic at Polly's on Monday, which he actually mentioned that he's like, I am gonna be unavailable in September. He's like, I got nothing going on now. He goes, and then September's gonna hit, and I am just booked solid.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, between festival and then in October, probably a lot of Halloween work, and then in November, I'm just packed with work for Parade Company, and then let alone like in September, I've got another rock and roll show. So it's just things are gonna get real crazy real quick. Yeah, like the Louder Than Life is September 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th.
My birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, do we play that weekend? Because if so, you're gonna miss out on cake again.
What, man? Missing out on the cake.
That's our next cake time. It's the 18th, and oh no, we don't play that weekend.
Good.
It'll be the weekend before.
So, but hey, listen, man, what are you drinking?
I am drinking something I just pulled out of the fridge because we're trying to get through stuff. But it is an old thing. I think there's a date on there, but I can't see it. But it's a Mackenzie's Black Cherry cider. Which is actually a really good black cherry cider. I would say 1911's is probably better. But yeah, it's cider. I mean, it looks like a cider. It's still got some of the cherry aroma. It doesn't have a lot of the cherry flavor now, though, I don't think. Oh, I guess it does.
I've always kind of avoided that one mainly just because I'm not the biggest cherry guy when it comes to that. So I'm like, I mean, Mackenzie's makes a good cider, but
Yeah.
I'm like, it's probably just a cherry cider. I'm like, it's not my jam.
It kind of is. It's good though. I like it. But yeah, this one's good. If you can find it, it is good. I give it probably it's a solid 3.75 out of 3.75 to 4 out of 5. It's enjoyable. I really like it. What about you? What are you drinking? I've had it before.
Tonight, just rocking some Cider Boys Strawberry Dream or Strawberry Magic. When I stopped at the store, they didn't really have anything that I either hadn't tried or just it didn't already jump out at me. I was going to get the I don't think I've tried B Nectar's bikini something. It's their pineapple cider.
Yeah,
it's their SpongeBob SquarePants thing.
Bikini Bottom. That's it. I haven't tried that, so I was gonna get that, but then I was like, I saw this, and I went, I like this cider, so got that instead. Yeah. CD said he's going to Jamaica for 3 weekends.
Oh wow, that's fucking awesome.
Spend some time at a resort. He's gonna be at a resort for a week.
Lucky dog.
Everything I've heard is don't leave the resort. Stay at the resort. Don't leave the resort.
It's always the best bet is stay at the resort.
And watch for the people that swim around the barricades that go out into the water. People will swim around them and try and sell it to you on the beach.
Okay.
But cool. Strawberry Magic. So we're both doing
Strawberry Magic from
I got like a plethora of things over here to drink, although they're all sweating right now because it's so.
Yeah.
I got them in koozies.
Because
koozies.
Koozies.
Hey. Gotta pay the bills. But so what do you want to talk about tonight? What are we gonna talk about?
The typical Donald Trump bullshit is kind of just typical bullshit.
Yeah.
He recently was basically told that he kind of shot himself in the foot by trying to sue the BBC. He has stated that for $10 billion, he's citing that one of the reasons why is financial hardship because of the things that they've said or the things or whatever. And so now they're saying, okay, well, let's see your financials then. So now Donald Trump is being forced
Yep.
by the court, because it's being tried here in the United States. That the courts are saying, okay, well, let's see your financials now. So he is being forced to show his financials, which is going to be pretty eye-opening for the American government to see where Donald Trump's money is coming from and going to.
Yeah.
So that's hilarious. Also, a couple of nights ago, he shot
CD.
himself. He shot himself in the foot at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, being a complete asshole because he basically none of his jokes landed. He was basically hosting the event, which never happens. Usually, the president doesn't host an event.
Right.
He's not an MC, you know.
No, he's
And
invited, but he's not. It's
right.
not his event.
And one of the women, particularly one of the women that was being honored, was a woman that he has had a lot of like issues with and criticizes her all the time because she has been covering him for 10 years. And she was one of the people that broke the whole birthday note that Donald Trump made, where he signed his name in the genital region of a drawing, and where he still says that he didn't do it. So, and he's constantly said, told her that she needs to smile more because she's a pretty girl and all that other shit. So, I mean, just dogged out everybody that was there. Ended the night with, putting on a red cap saying that he was going to run for a fourth term.
Yeah, the Trump 2028.
Right. And saying that he actually won 3 elections because the 2020 election was stolen from him.
Yeah.
So it's just more of his unhinged horse shit. The bombing is continuing.
The one election he was in charge of that he was president for is the one that was
the one that was stolen.
Yeah.
The SAVE Act still continues to flounder. Thank the gods for that. And he's still bombing the hell out of Iran. But they are saying that they are starting to run low on munitions, so that they have stopped bombing as much, apparently.
Well, supposedly, yeah. Now, Iran called and they want to talk, and so they're going to go back to negotiating, and they're
whatever. The whole situation is a massive clusterfuck catastrophe, and that's about all I have to say about it.
I guess Zelensky was here today to provide proof to Trump, meet with Trump, and provide proof that Russia is aiding Iran with by giving them satellite images of U.S. bases in the Middle East. And Trump's response when he was asked about it yesterday, because they knew that Zelensky was coming to do this, his response was, "Well, I'll ask Putin about it."
Yeah, because he's going to be honest with them.
About that, exactly. Oh no, that's not true, Don.
No, honey, no, we're not doing that.
Well, I mean, all Putin has to do is just turn his hand so that Trump's talking to him.
Right? Yeah. So because fucking
he's
puppet
just a fucking puppet
between Putin and Netanyahu. Donald Trump is just a puppet that gets passed around like a joint. So, yeah. We don't want to dwell too much on this shit.
Speaking of other assholes in politics, though, we got a new picture and note from the turtle.
Yes, another one that does look like bullshit.
Yeah,
as well.
The expression on his face is almost identical to the other one.
Yeah,
his wife's in a different position, but he's in almost the exact same position, just in different clothes with the exact same expression on his face.
He looks like he's been like stuffed, mounted, and propped up. He doesn't even look like a human anymore. Like he looks like a corpse, in my opinion. But he's always looked like a turtley corpse. So who knows?
Yeah, so I'm still not buying it until he does an interview.
Yeah, the State of the Union is a mess. So anyway,
Netanyahu came to visit Trump today too.
That's the other thing too. Donald Trump was in Michigan, I think yesterday or the day
Yeah,
before.
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday, he was speaking at a I think it was a car plant, and somebody tried to interrupt him and like was chanting or something. They interrupted the thing and called him various names and whatnot. Trump had him ejected from the event, and then also I might have had him arrested. I don't know, but then just continued to call him a communist for the entire time. He's a communist. That's a communist. Communist. The world's if that's what they want us all to be communists. The left wants us all to be communists, and you'll be bankrupt in a month, and you'll all be living in squalor, and this whole thing.
So
It's amazing.
yeah, so now I did hear something today, and I haven't looked it up to see how much it was. I heard this on MS Now, but um, the head of the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, um, she made some comments that I'm like, no, you're a fucking whack job too. I agree with a lot with the socialists on what things should be spent on, things like that. But I guess it's more progressive than socialism. But the she was saying things like, abolish the Senate, get rid of the president. Um and I'm like, what? No. No, 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 no. No. Yeah, that's not what's gonna solve our issues.
Absolutely not. I mean, those extremes are extremes. They're extremes for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not going to solve the problems. If anything, it's just going to cause more problems. We do need to. I think we need to do a clean sweep and just get out everybody, and then have free and clear new elections and get just a whole bunch of new people in there with age limits and term limits.
Yep.
I think those would go a long way.
Age limits, term limits for all three branches.
Exactly, precisely. And just clear cut the forest, man, and start from scratch. And I think leave the seedlings. And I think that would be the most ideal situation.
Well,
Because
I think we're in a time of transition, to be honest. I think this is the rough time. But I think we are in an age in a time of transition, because I think once Gen Alpha gets up there, because Gen Z is already starting to they're all old enough to vote now. I think all but maybe the youngest are. The Gen Alphas are almost old enough to vote. They won't be able to vote in this election, but I think the first ones can vote in the next one. They got some new ideas, and they are motivated. So I think if they can join up with the millennials and just leave Gen X alone, because we don't give a fuck. But a lot of Gen X does. But still, if we can start massing a movement, I think, then things can change in the future.
Oh yeah, yep, I agree. We have to stay positive. We have to try and have a positive outlook.
Yeah, I agree, CD. Defund the police is dumb terminology.
Correct.
People don't understand it. They don't know what it means. It doesn't mean stop paying the police. It just means use a larger portion of take a portion of the money that goes to the police and use it for things like mental health, and getting counselors that can go out to sites when someone's having a mental issue, instead of when someone's having a mental health crisis. They shouldn't be sending police. They should be sending a counselor.
Well, the police, or at least a
counselor with the police.
With the police, right? Yeah. My cousin was working for like 18 months. He had pushed. He's a cop in Northville, I think it was, and for about 18 months, he rode with a social worker. Like they were called out for specifically for issues that would be, and that there would be a need for somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a governmental grant that afforded it and stuff. But he said it really worked. My cousin is a cop. My cousin Andy, he's a cop. At least for for the moment. I think he's trying to work his way, into other things now. But um, he has talked to me a lot about the things that are wrong with, with the government or with the police, how we police things and stuff.
Mhm.
And but he was a sensitivity training officer. So his job was to try and make cops better cops.
Mhm.
And that's pretty great. He worked with a dog. He had a support dog, and did some really great work. He was in Livonia for quite a while. Now he's in Northville, a little quieter up there in Northville. But yeah, the system needs to be reworked, particularly the police department. I mean, that whole system. But you can't defund the police. We need the police.
Yeah.
We need the police.
Yeah. But defund doesn't mean stop paying them. Doesn't mean
Right.
actually defund them like people think it. Like a lot of the attackers think it does. But anyway, there was something else that came up there that I was thinking about that I was going to mention, but I don't remember what it was now, so we can move on from politics. Oh, that's what it was. Sorry. One more thing. Also, all of the Haitians in the U.S. That had protective status, temporary protective status, no longer have that status, and Trump's sending ICE to round them all up and send them back.
Awesome.
So now there's lots of talk that they said, I think they're saying 70% of those Haitians are actively in the workforce in the U.S.
Yeah.
legally because they
Yeah.
have temporary protective status. So
And that's the thing.
now if they get all rounded up and sent away, there's going to be a huge void of workers
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in a lot of
It's like
areas.
it's like we know, dude. Unemployment's on the rise because of the things that the right has been doing. Suddenly sending a bunch of people back to their original countries is not going to solve that problem.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, Taliesin,
Fucking sucks.
I understand what you're saying. Police need less military gear, but honestly, I don't think they do. What we need is sensible gun laws that we can then demilitarize the police some. But I think you have to address other things before you can demilitarize the police. The police should not be a military force, but you need to address the other social issues that lead towards crime and things. Like we need sensible gun laws. We need to address poverty. We need to address the drug issues. Things like that are what caused the
Mhm.
huge income disparity that we have in this country is one of the largest reasons that there is crime. And it's
Correct.
because people at the lowest end can't afford to live. So they find other things and people make bad choices. But you got to they do what they do to survive. It sucks and it's not right, but I think the police still need that gear. They need their vests. Now they have started wearing vests on the outside instead of underneath their shirts, which I think is going a little bit too militaristic.
Yeah,
But
that immediately makes them look more military.
yeah.
Putting those vests on the outside. Oh, I don't know, man. We should move on though.
Yep.
So
Yeah, CD. Yeah, we need police, which is socialist.
yeah, that's the other thing.
It's a social program.
There's tons of socialist programs,
Yep.
like, I mean, FDR snuck a lot of socialism into our government.
He was a democratic socialist.
Yeah. And they work. The programs more or less work. Do they need to be revamped and whatnot? Yeah, absolutely.
Modernized, yeah. They've
Modernized?
Social Security's never been modernized.
No.
It's never been changed. But he introduced that.
Mm-hmm. Social Security, privatize, public libraries. The
socialist president that we had was so popular that he had to sign a bill that limited the president's terms to 2 because he was elected 4 and could have gotten elected again.
Yep. Pretty crazy. Anyway, so
and he wasn't making billions of dollars every month.
So where do you want to start? Over the weekend.
What's that?
Well, we can start with what happened over the weekend in San Diego.
Nerd Mecca.
Nerd Mecca, the San Diego Comic-Con happened over the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Some pretty huge news, baby.
I love this. So I love the Spaceballs panel.
Yeah,
That was hilarious because they went into the
Spaceballs extended universe or
yeah,
something.
yeah, it was the ASS. And then but it's not just that. It's the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, so they had all these continuing like Spaceballs movies and shows.
Yeah, they've got enough content till 2137.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was really funny. There's a lot of really great stuff. I've got a thing here that says everything announced at San Diego Comic-Con.
We don't have time for that.
No. We'll just hit the high points. So some pretty big ones happened. Of course, one of the bigger things that they did a huge thing for Avengers Doomsday. People are very excited. They got pretty much, I believe, it looked like the entire fucking cast. All of the superheroes came out. It was pretty incredible. All the superheroes, and of course, Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. You even got to hear his voice. They premiered the big trailer. It's incredible. But here's the highlights. Ryan Gosling will play. What?
No, I was just gonna say one of the things I heard was a fan rumor, that the way that it's gonna work is that because this Doom is from a different universe, supposedly they're saying that in the universe, the Fantastic Four universe is the one where Steve Rogers goes back in time and stays with Peggy. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
No, that's not going to be no.
And that changed it. But another one was that with all the multiversal variants that are out there, that Doom is actually a variant of Tony Stark. It's just in that variant he is Victor Von Doom, in who was raised in Latveria instead of Tony Stark raised in the U.S.
There have been a lot of theories of that being the nature of it, and I believe that a lot of those have been debunked. They're saying that that's not the case. That
I hope not. Doom, I just want him to. I want him to be Victor Von Doom.
It's just Victor Von Doom. From what I understand, he is not playing a Tony Stark variant. He is Victor Von Doom. He does come from the same universe as the Fantastic Four. There's been a lot of talk about, like, we're going to see basically the three big Marvel universes coming together. The Fantastic Four universe, the Avengers, Spider-Man universe, and the X-Men universe are all separate Earths and separate universes. They're going to be basically coming together. So we saw Shang-Chi fighting Gambit. We've seen Mystique fighting the White Widow as herself. We've seen Magneto and Professor X. We've seen so many things. And it
also looks like it's the original X-Men universe.
Yeah.
Versus the First Class universe.
The same universe, man. They were just
different
casts. Yeah, they are.
They were different actors.
Different actors, same universe.
That's what I'm talking about. Is this the actors? They're not bringing in they're not bringing in Patrick Stewart with Jennifer Lawrence type of thing.
Correct.
No.
It is Rebecca Romaine. So. Yeah. So it says Ryan Gosling has been cast. Here's one of the biggest ones. Is cast to play Ghost Rider in the MCU.
That one surprised me.
In 2028. Now I'm not upset about this. I like Gosling. I think he's pretty good, and I think he'd be do all right. I hope he plays Johnny Blaze and not any of the other Ghost Riders. Which I mean, I don't hate the other Ghost Riders.
No, I think he'd be best as Blaze.
I think he'd be best as Johnny Blaze. I think what Nicolas Cage did before was okay. Nicolas Cage,
the jelly beans thing killed me.
The jelly beans thing was weird. I mean, that was something he put in too. He's
I
like, I
know.
want to make him. I want to make him. He doesn't drink, but he likes candy.
Yeah, well, it's
Okay,
because he was
well,
recovering alcoholic. Although that's not a problem now with Spider Noir because he's drinking like a fucking fish in that.
right, exactly. Um, so whatever. So yeah, I
That
mean,
movie just wasn't good.
I didn't hate the Ghost Rider movies, but they
I
definitely lacked.
I
The
actually
second one was pretty good.
I liked Ghost Rider in Agents of Shield.
Yeah, yeah. And that was one of the more recent ones where Ghost Rider has a instead of a motorcycle, he has a like a hot rod. So, but I think Gosling will be all right. And it is the movie. It's from the Deadpool and Wolverine director, so that could be
Is it
really
straight up
awesome.
Ghost Rider?
Uh, well, that's what they're saying so far. His job is bike. It's sort of like his job is Ken. In a shock SDC announcement, Marvel Studios has announced that Barbie and Project Hail Mary star Ryan Gosling is joining the MCU as Ghost Rider. During the Hall H panel, Gosling to announce a standalone 2028 movie
Okay.
with Deadpool and Wolverine's Sean Levy on board to direct. Levy also helmed the upcoming Star Wars Starfighter, also starring Gosling. So Levy was like, "Hey, he was awesome in this. I'll bet you he'll be awesome in my next project." Um, so yeah,
Friends casting
um,
friends.
playing the Spirit of Vengeance. Uh, so yeah, it should be interesting. Previously, he had to shut down reports that he was attached to a Nova project, instead suggesting that he wanted to play the chain-wielding hellish Ghost Rider in the MCU. A separate Nova movie is in the works, however. I don't know.
I can see
I
him
can
as
see him as
Nova.
Nova.
I can
I
see
can
him
see
as
him as
Nova.
Richard Rider. That'd be cool too. That's pretty cool. What else we got? We got Black Panther 3 also arrives in 28 with a new Black Panther, and it's not a T'Challa recast. We have uh, Marvel has revealed some new details about Black Panther 3. Uh, Kevin Feige officially confirmed that Ryan Coogler, fresh off his Oscar win for Sinners, will direct, and the film is set for December 15th, 2028 release. So we're looking at, another 2.5 years.
My
Most
birthday.
crucially of all,
Gonna come out on my birthday.
cool. Most crucially of all, however, is the news that a new Black Panther has been cast. The Long Walk's David Johnson will be taking up the mantle, playing the character of T'Challa's son, who was introduced in the Wakanda Forever post-credit scene. It's not quite clear how that works out in the Marvel timeline, considering T'Challa, too, was a young child when we met him. However, Coogler did sort of acknowledge this on stage in the next film. He grows up, comes of age, and we had to find an incredible actor. Okay. So all right. Well, we shall see. Um, I still think they should have just recast T'Challa, but
Yeah.
that's not on me. Um, Marvel's Doomsday Comic Con footage reveals more of Doctor Doom's past and rekindles Marvel's greatest rivalry. So they're also at one point RDJ even did the Doctor Doom voice, and he does sound a lot like Nandor from from What We Do in the Shadows. Nandor was like kind of like a Turkish vampire or something like that, and like um, Latveria kind of is essentially in Romania, and Latveria is, it's essentially supposed to be kind of adjacent to Transylvania, and it's kind of in that area, and the Turks spend a lot of time in that area, so that makes a lot of sense.
That's
That
part of
he would
what you call it? The
Central European
yeah, it was the Oman Empire or whatever, the
Ottoman.
Empire. That's what it was.
hmm So more Avengers Doomsday footage. So we're seeing Shang-Chi, Gambit, the Thunderbolts, Thor, Magneto, Professor X, Steve Rogers, all seen in glimpses. Um, uh, and they are saying that there was questions at the con saying, "Hey, what's the story between Reed and Victor? Are they enemies? Are they frenemies? Do they have history?" And they kind of coyly smiled and essentially, you know, said that essentially, yeah, there's some history there between Doctor Doom and Reed Richards. So I'm glad to hear that. Let's maintain that. They also the newest and the last trailer for Lanterns was shown. This was the longest trailer.
I haven't watched
It's
this yet.
oh man, it's awesome. It shows Hal doing more training with John Stewart. It shows the idea that Hal is basically understands for the most part. He's training his replacement. He's getting older, and he knows that he's got that somebody's going to have to eventually fill in the ring. They also showed Sinestro. They also showed Guy Gardner show up as at one point.
Which we knew.
We knew he was going to be on in the show as Nathan Fillion. I believe he's in 2 episodes, but he basically states to Hal, he's like, "Hey, I'm here to take you down if need be." The new clip opens with Hal Jordan rudely awakening his trainee, John Stewart, giving a taste of the duo's training day style relationship. They uncover a string of crimes. Hal becomes convinced that aliens are to blame. And there's also references of the Manhunters, which were the robotic precursors to the Green Lantern Corps. It's the ring has always been mine. Jordan is just keeping it warm. Get a glimpse of Nathan Fillion's Superman character, Guy Gardner. And we see a clip of Sinestro as well, where Hal goes to question Sinestro. It looks like he's in some sort of cell and some sort of probably been caught in a prison. And so we do have an idea, a vision of Sinestro. So it honestly, God's dude, it looks really cool. They're treating it very seriously. They're space cops, and it looks very much like a serious crime thriller.
They're saying
that-
it's like superhero True Detective.
True Detective, yeah, exactly. It says, unlike the most recent DCU project to hit the screen, Supergirl, Lanterns is set on Earth. The show is set across 2 timelines, both in 2016 and in 2026, sometime after the events of Superman. Just like Supergirl, it looks like Lanterns will feed into the Superman sequel, Superman Man of Tomorrow, as it has cast John Stewart actor Aaron Pierre. So Aaron Pierre, the character who plays John Stewart, is supposed to show up in the next Superman movie, as well as the girl who plays Supergirl. So even though Millie Alcock's Supergirl movie, which just went to VOD, was a commercial failure, and we're going to talk about this when we talk about Master of the Universe. It does that. She is scheduled to show up in the next Superman movie as well. The show Lanterns has been described as a buddy cop show meets True Detective. Is the 3rd TV show to come from Gunn's DCU, following on Creature Commandos and Peacemaker season 2, and is the 5th project overall. However, the HBO show has a bit of pressure on it, not only for being the only DC series released this year, but after Supergirl flopped at the box office, DC Studio needs Lanterns to be a hit. My guess is it will be a hit. I think it is going to be. It may not be, a massive holy shit phenomenon, but I think it's going to be a hit. From what I've seen so far. Let me see. Sauron crafts the One Ring in the Rings of Power season 3 trailer. The character from Stranger Things who played Vecna is going to be in the One Ring season 3 as Celeborn, who created
The Rings of Power.
The Rings of Power. The first Blade Runner 2099 trailer flips the iconic sci-fi franchise on its head. So in 2026, we're going to see a TV show, Blade Runner 2099, on Apple Plus. It's another reason. God, more and more shit coming to Apple Plus that I would love to watch. But it looks pretty cool.
One of the reasons why I got it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which one was that? I'm sorry.
Apple Plus?
Yeah, no, the show.
Oh, that's the Blade Runner 2099.
Oh.
It takes place after the second movie, 2049.
That'll probably be
Also,
just me, because Renee didn't like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
she thought it was too slow.
It's a taste. I can understand that. There are a lot of people that feel the first one was slow running, but I think it's brilliant.
Well, no, that's the thing. She thinks the first one was slow, and she wouldn't.
That's what I mean.
She didn't want to watch the second one because I said it's pretty much the same thing.
Simon Pegg joins the cast of The Rings of Power season 3 as an iconic Lord of the Rings character. He's playing the Balrog. He's going to be doing the voice of the Balrog. So I don't know how that works out because I
Yeah,
haven't
I don't.
watched the Rings of Power show yet. I hear it's really great.
I
But I
have.
just haven't got
I
around to
I
it yet.
enjoyed it. I know they were talking about it earlier on because I think Tellison said he was watching the other episodes. Um, but CD said he couldn't get through the first season of it.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know that I can see him as Balrog. I mean, I just that his voice just it doesn't have the gravitas that
Well,
a big ass demon needs.
we'll see. PlayStation did announce their God of War La Fey release date, set for pretty much right around the block, set for February, joining a packed month for video games. It's going to be up against apparently Persona 4 Revival and Fable's Xbox or the Xbox's Fable reboot. There's people are saying really, really good things about that. So yeah, February 16th, we'll be seeing God of War La Fey. But they also did announce that there will be another God of War game featuring Kratos soon after. Like probably the studio is also working on a Kratos focus game coming sometime after. Let's see. So Sony Santa Monica's Cory Barlog. Oh fuck! Did I just announce the next Kratos game? They didn't say a date, but they said that they are working on something that is going to follow up. What?
Ojibo said Balrog has a voice, and CD said, "I guess why not? So he can speak his truth."
There was also a statement. Marvel TV
I don't
head.
like fire. There, I said it.
What was that?
I don't like fire. There, I said it.
That's funny. Marvel TV had also confirmed that X-Men 97 season 3 is complete, even though season 2 just came out and is still being released. And season 4 is officially in development with scripts already underway. So pretty awesome. A few
I didn't
things
realize
else.
I didn't realize the second season was out. I'll have to start watching it.
Just started. So a couple other things here.
I think I might have to finish season 1.
Spider-Man Brand New Day Comic-Con exclusive footage description as Spidey and the Punisher team up to take on the Hulk. The Rings of Power season 3's 5-year time jump. Rings of Power, Matchbox the movie. Jesus Christ. So Matchbox the movie. I don't know how they're making a movie about with whatever. Callum Turner is a high-stakes hacker in glitchy first trailer for Apple's TV sci-fi show Neuromancer. You know what?
That one I want to see.
Maybe that's what it was. Blade Runner 2099. Maybe that's Prime, and I think Neuromancer maybe.
Yeah, Neuromancer. They better do that fucking right. That's definitely one of don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
I love that book. That whole series. They got to do the whole thing, though. They're going to do Neuromancer. They got to do Burning Chrome, and they got to do Mona Lisa Overdrive that pulls them all together.
Well, Neuromancer is going to be their big their Apple TV sci-fi show. So, I mean, I highly doubt that they're not going to do a Blade Runner 2099 show and a Neuromancer show. But let's see. Blade Runner 2099 comes out November 25th, 2026. It is a show.
It's gonna be on Prime.
It's gonna be on Prime.
Yeah. Blade Runner 2099 is on Prime.
Awesome. Cool. Let's see.
Michelle Yeoh is in it.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh is in it, and Hunter something. The
Hunter Schafer.
Hunter Schafer. She was on Euphoria, kind of infamously one of the more better known trans actors in Hollywood right now. Let's see what else. Spider-Man Brand New Day review. Marvel Studios. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but I'm just going to say Marvel Studios' strongest standalone outing since Avengers Endgame, according to Jordan Farley for Total Film. It gets a 4 out of 5. The pros are for it. Looks better than any MCU Spider-Man movie. Some spectacular high-flying action. Has emotion to match the spectacle. The cons, doesn't move the MCU forward much ahead of Doomsday. Not as many surprises as you might expect. Plays it a little safe in some respects. So Chris and I are more or less planning to go and see it on Thursday.
That reminds
It's
me, I didn't get tickets yet. I'll have to get those later.
run time is 145 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
That's including at least 10 minutes of
Yeah, but you got to sit through it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the quick credits started. All right, mid-credit scene hit. I'm gonna run and take a piss, and hopefully get back before the credits finish.
So yeah, we're not going to do much in the way of that for spoilers. There's so much to do, but I am super excited, and it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome.
That was actually an idea that I had for a short show that we could do. It's just like a short thing. Like if we go see a movie, we just get together and we actually do like a spoiler review, like right after we put it out on YouTube. We don't do it live on Twitch. We just put it on YouTube and do it as spoilers,
Mm-hmm. I'd be down. That sounds good.
Chris and Nerds with Alcohol ruined the movie.
Spider-Man Brand New Day debuts to a 92% Rotten Tomato score, becoming the highest rated MCU movie in 5 years. Now, this is an easy one, honestly. I mean, Spider-Man is beloved. There hasn't really been a bad Spider-Man movie in quite a while. I mean, Spider-Man 3, featuring Tobey Maguire, would probably be the worst Spider-Man movie.
It still had some redeeming things. The Venom stuff is what killed it.
The Venom stuff is what killed it, exactly. If they just stuck to Sandman, expanding upon that.
If they had let Raimi tell the Sandman story that he wanted to tell, I think it would have been a great movie.
The Garfield Spider-Man movies were, not as beloved, but
I still haven't seen the second one.
We're still good. They were still fine. There was nothing.
So we were just talking about this at Magic last night. The difference is that one, Tobey Maguire, really good Peter Parker. Meh Spider-Man.
Correct.
Andrew Garfield, meh Peter Parker, great Spider-Man.
I agree. I mean, it's not so much a meh Peter Parker. It just was not the Peter Parker. He was too confident. He was too fun guy, too tough guy kind of thing. Yeah. Peter Parker is not that guy.
Yeah. He had a very similar personality as Spider-Man as he did as Peter, which that wasn't the same. Right. I think Tom Holland has nailed both characters really well.
Absolutely. Perfection.
He plays the nerdy Peter really well.
Yeah. So Brand New Day is landing some great early reviews, 92% on the website. The last movie to hit over 90 on the website was Spider-Man No Way Home, which landed 93% in 21. Since then, it's been a mixed bag for the MCU. Some have come close, like Thunderbolts and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. However, others have really fallen short, including Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Captain America: Brave New World. I'd have to say Brave New World got the short shift. It was, I think it was better than people give it credit for. Quantumania kind of blew. But,
Quantumania was not good. Thor Love and Thunder was awful.
Not great. It had a few. I mean, the other interesting thing is no matter how bad any of these movies are, there are always some redeeming things. There's always some things that was fun though, or this was cool, or that was, whatever. But yeah.
What did Thor Love and Thunder teach us? That Taika Waititi is good, but he needs limits.
He needs limits. Yeah,
you got to put him in a box. You can't just let it say go for it.
Yeah, you can't let him off unfettered because Ragnarok was amazing.
Yeah,
amazingly good.
It was so great. Taika, you know what? Just take Love and Thunder, make it your own.
Do it. Good. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Yeah.
Bad idea. So yeah, this is sounding really good. So yeah, they kind of spotlight a couple other, taking Spidey back to web slinging basics. Tom Holland's fourth solo outing as Spider-Man is a blast, with personal stakes to match its evolved spectacle. Reads Jordan Farley's Spider-Man Brand New Day. The Independent's Clarice Lowry calls it the best Spider-Man movie in more than 20 years. Tom Holland's web slinger Finally, New York's based and finally on a street level has never been more authentic to the source material than in his fourth solo go round, and the entire franchise is better for it. David Rooney at the Hollywood Reporter has enjoyed the fourth outing in the franchise, praising the emotion of the film, then the dynamic of these three together, and Holland, Zendaya, and Batalon in the roles has been lovingly nurtured over four films and pays off here with genuinely affecting moments that will have some fans getting misty-eyed. There was Sadie Sink's character has been spoiled by on the red carpet by some people. I'm not going to say it, but it should be interesting to see how that plays out.
Mhm.
So yeah, so Spider-Man coming up,
Yeah.
looking good. Another big thing, fun thing that happened at the con, Ryan Reynolds was seen walking around the convention as Deadpool in a gray costume, a gray and black Deadpool costume. Nobody knew it was Ryan
Was
Reynolds.
that the gene pool?
The gene pool, correct, because that was the thing. It wasn't gray so much as it was made out of denim. It was a denim suit. He even referred to it as his Canadian tuxedo. Which is an old name for somebody who is wearing like the jeans and jean jacket combo. The thing is
I wore
he
that a lot
walked
in
around.
the 80s.
So we all did. Um,
I
he
couldn't afford a
walked
leather
around the
jacket, so
con.
I had a jean
No,
jacket.
of course, me too. He walked around the con all day in the outfit, hanging out, taking pictures, having a great time. Nobody knew it was him until he came up and asked a question of the panel at Hall H, and it was hilarious. Robert Downey Jr. even called him, yeah, the guy with the swords, and then you could hear it was him, and he said something to the effect of, "Why is Thor crying?" So he says Reynolds crashed the Marvel H Hall panel in the Get Up and could also be seen roaming around the convention. On Twitter, he shared the Pantone color swatch for the suit, and it's titled Jean Grey. Yeah, because it was a grayer tone. Now, it was also people were first that thought that maybe it was because maybe he's working on an X-Force film, because in one of the various versions of X-Force in the comics, he was a member of that team, and everybody in the team wore a black and gray stylized uniform. So they thought maybe that was part of it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's a Pantone 9-1963 X-Men 1963 X-Men, and it's Jean Grey because it was a gray denim. Jean Grey, of course, is the number of the X-Men, and is a member of the X-Men, and heavy speculation links Sadie Sink's mystery Spider-Man brand new character to the mutant. Is this Reynolds' irreverent way of teasing the casting? It certainly seems so. First reactions to the fourth. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, as for Deadpool, Reynolds has previously indicated that Deadpool 4 is in the works, though nothing has been officially announced. And Deadpool is supposed to show up along with many of the other mutants, including Wolverine, is supposed to show up in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret War, because Secret War and Doomsday were filmed back to back. So we shall see. I'm loving everything I'm seeing so far. Let's see. Avengers Doomsday directors got chills when they heard Robert Downey Jr.'s controversial Doctor Doom voice. Heavy fictional Latvian accent in a recent trailer. So we do hear it in the trailer, and like I said, it does sound a bit like Nandor. So, but
Yeah, I got to watch the new trailer there too.
and
I haven't watched any of the trailers that came out this weekend.
apparently Downey Jr. has also seen Doomsday, and he says it's absolutely fantastic. He goes, "We may redeem ourselves," which means Robert Downey Jr. knows what he's up against. If he says we may redeem ourselves, that means he understands and knows that the last couple of Marvel movies, the last few Marvel outings from Marvel, a lot of them haven't been very successful. So he goes, "I'm on the inside track, and it is absolutely fantastic." Red Guardian star David Harbour asked if it was better than the footage they showed out inside of Hall H at SDCC 26. Downey replied, "It's like that except extra, and I'll sidebar with all of you. I think we may redeem ourselves yet." So awesome. That gives me hope, I mean, at the same time, Downey Jr. isn't going to publicly, say it's shit.
Yeah.
But
And
the
he's not going to
Russos,
necessarily it's not like Tom Holland coming out where they would have to slap a gag over him because he would just start
right?
spewing what's going on in the movie.
Spoilers, yeah. But honestly, the Russos seem to have a good take on superhero movies, so I'm very excited. It says universes collide and the multiverse saga begins its final
Well,
chapter.
yep. Well, we should move on from San Diego.
We should move on. The Odyssey film reel is 11 miles long and weighs more than a grizzly bear.
I also heard it wasn't very good.
I've heard the opposite.
That it's disjointed and that there's like it doesn't really follow the poem, and a buddy of mine actually
It's a movie
posted
based on an ancient poem, dude. It's not gonna follow shit.
a buddy of mine showed a thing. It was like it showed like Ithaca to Troy, and it showed it on like Google Maps because those are two places in like New York and I think New England somewhere. But and it shows by car it's like 2.5 hours or something like that. They're like, I want to know, why did this take them 11 years?
I mean, everything I've heard so far is just like that it's spectacularly good. Yeah, Spider-Man now currently sits at 90% from the tomato meter. It hasn't gotten a fan one yet, but honestly, if
Well,
it's
because the fans haven't really
seen it yet. But honestly, if it's sitting at 90% from the critics, that means that it's going to be 100% or so from the fans. Let me see. The Odyssey
Depends
is
on the critics.
true. Odyssey. The Odyssey is currently sitting at 94% and 97%. I'm sorry, man, but that says to me, good fucking movie. Every review I've seen, and I've seen some reviews from some pretty critical movie reviewers on TikTok that like this one woman I've been seeing, I've been watching her shows. She comes down pretty hard on stuff.
I was going by CD's review that he put in Drinking Nerd in the Nerd Basement. He said Odyssey was just fine. He-Man is better.
Aha. All right. Well, speaking
No, he
of
did
that,
give it a 7.5 out of 10, I guess, at the end. So
okay. All right. Well, it's
a story it doesn't does not really have, which matches the poem. So yeah, the plot just seems disjointed and not satisfying. Cinematography and sets etc. are great, but I would not say this movie is epic by any means. The only emotion it got was due to an old dog, which is a bit stunty. I think it's just fanboys and of the director giving it high score. Unlikely I will watch it again, but
there's too many of them.
I would definitely rewatch He-Man over this and had much more fun with that movie.
One of the
they
things
said it's not epic like LOTR.
Okay. One of the things that I do like about it, from what I've heard, is that a lot of the special effects were practical. Apparently, Chris Nolan doesn't care for excessive amounts of computer-generated special effects, so he did a lot of the stuff he did was practical. All right, so let's talk about Master of the Universe now.
He-Man.
As we are sitting here, Master of the Universe is sitting at number 1 on the streaming charts in America and actually a lot of the other countries on Amazon Prime. Now, it is free to watch right now. And my prediction after I saw the film and saw how it was tanking at the box office was that once it goes to streaming, it was going to dominate, similar to what happened with D&D Honor Among Thieves. And sure as shit, I was correct. Apparently, the movie is absolutely doing incredibly on streaming. You said you watched it. What did you think?
I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was great, but it was about what I expected. It was cheese-tacular, a little too cheesy at times for me. I think I liked that it tried to emulate the cartoon in a lot of ways. I think it
Mhm.
leaned into it a little bit too much at times as well, and just became a little silly. Um, but overall, I thought it was it's a popcorn movie. It's brain candy. It's not winning any awards, but it was enjoyable.
I thought I loved at the end when they were like they were all standing there like in the old cartoon, just kind of standing there with their, arms on their hips and just, just kind of reviewing the lesson they had learned. And, and they were all more or less wearing outfits that were very similar to what they would have worn in their action figures around the cartoon, and just kind of chuckling about whatever it was. I thought that was really funny. Um, the fact that Orko
Idris
shows up.
Elba as a very bitter man at arms was not what I expected.
I thought that was a little bit of a cliche. I mean, honestly, the warrior that put everything into
The
his
warrior
job,
that
and
failed.
that he fails, and then he just falls into a deep depression.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a much better. Like I said, it was a bit of a cliche. I think it would have been a much better kind of story if he kept fighting, and that Tila wasn't like disappointed in him, at least on some level, that she was like, oh no, my dad really, I mean, he stepped up.
Well,
We keep fighting, and
yeah.
you know.
Well, and him having the flask in his armor, I thought was kind of
Mhm.
weird too. Um,
Well, he was an old soldier,
Yeah.
Soldiers party, they drink, One of the things that I did like, I thought was cute, was the fact that how the names that everybody had for those characters, and it was all told through the perspective of 8-year-old Adam. He called Ram Man because he rammed things, and Fisto because you fist things. I absolutely do not. you know um it was interesting to add Fisto too, because he was a lesser known character on the show, and so for them
but
to
there
use
was a
Fisto.
limited number of heroes to
Oh
go with
yeah,
He-Man, because He-Man was
absolutely.
the hero.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, generally the recurring characters on this show were He-Man, Man at Arms, Tila, Orko, Ram Man, and Cringer. Those were the ones that we saw the most of. Ram Man was very much supposed to be kind of comic relief because he kind of talk like this. I'm
Because he
kind of
kept
an
hitting things
idiot.
with his head.
Right. Yeah, He-Man. Let's go. We got to go beat Skeletor. Most of the time, I mean, he was still a fighter and whatnot, but he was kind of diet. So he was comic relief along with Orko, but those were the only ones that were regular. Yeah, you'd see Stratos in one episode, you'd see Buzz Off in an episode, you'd see Mechanic or Manny Faces, or most of the other action figures had like one episode, and that
Yeah.
was it.
And Mechanec's in it.
Mechanic was in it. That was an odd choice too.
Yeah.
But then we also saw, of course, some great villains. Trapjaw was scary as hell. Beastman was, holy
Beastman
shit,
Beastman was badass.
he was
Trapjaw
badass.
had a huge part too.
Trapjaw and Triclops.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they were like Skeletor's right hands,
Yeah.
right and
Whereas
left.
on the old show, we saw Beastman, Trapjaw, and Merman
Yeah,
were the
and,
ones we saw the most of, I
and
think.
Evelyn.
And Evelyn. And she was great, honestly. I thought, see, that was the other thing. The performances were fantastic for the most part. Like, Alison Brie was great as Evelyn.
I thought she was all
Um,
right.
I mean, I thought she was fun. She was great. Um, the girl who played Tila was excellent. Um, and in all honesty, everybody keeps saying that Jared Leto is box office poison. This was not his fault. This was absolutely not his fault. The whole failure of He-Man at the box office had nothing to do with Jared Leto. In fact, I would say Jared Leto did a fantastic job as Skeletor. He was scary. He was irredeemable. He was funny. He was
Wish Moss Man would have had a little bit longer cast.
What was that? That would have been funny too. This is a live action Craig kid show. Just enjoy, which is true. It's a live action show based on an old cartoon from the 80s. Just fucking enjoy it. It's not going to change the fucking world. But Jared Leto did a great job as Skeletor. I loved at the end where, Adam had figured out that this, the power is in him. It's not the sword. The sword just, helped channel it in. Just kind of like in the cartoon. In the cartoon that Kevin Smith did, Adam was like, the sword just helps me channel it, but the power is in me, and that was really, really
seeing
cool.
Orko show up in the credit scene.
That was kind of funny. I like that too. That was good. And then that
to do the lesson.
To do the lesson, exactly. And the fact that Cringer turns into Battle Cat.
Yeah, that they could have done better with the CGI there. That was
it was a little bit rough. But overall, a great, fun movie that that you can watch with your family. I mean, watching He-Man beat the living shit out of Skeletor at the end was so satisfying. Just the fact that Skeletor's like, "Is that all you got?" And he's like, "Oh no, I was holding back." And it just fucking wrecks him. But anyways, like I said, I really enjoyed. I thought Jared Leto. I mean, like I said, you can't. Jared Leto has his own issues, and they have their own issues. Of that guy being an actor. But this was not, I mean, you couldn't see him. He was under digital makeup and a bodysuit and the whole thing. They could have put anybody in that suit. They could have put all kinds of different people in that suit. Mm-hmm. The failure of this movie, you cannot lay at the feet of Jared Leto. Some of these other movies, sure. The Tron movie that he did, there are a lot of people say that he was awful in that. Morbius was, he wasn't he wasn't awful in Morbius, but Morbius just wasn't a good movie. The script just wasn't good.
Well, and that's what I heard about Ron Aries too, was that it just wasn't a good movie. And let's face it, the first Suicide Squad was not a good movie.
Correct.
That had way more problems than just him. And really the problem wasn't him as much as, one, the way they portrayed him, and two, the fact that they tried shoehorning him into a movie that he didn't belong in.
Correct. Yeah. They didn't need to put the Joker. The Joker could have been left out of that movie completely. It wouldn't have made.
Yeah, that's the thing. His scenes made no sense.
Mm-hmm. It was just to give Harley Quinn some more backstory.
Yeah.
And to attach another actor that people have an appreciation for, because if I remember correctly, that movie was kind of on the heels of some of his more successful stuff, like the Dallas Buyers Club and stuff like that. So, because he is an award-winning actor, I can't remember if it was an Oscar or Golden Globe, but he's gotten, he has done some good movies, some good roles. But anyway, that either way, that movie was not his fault.
No.
So that being said, they're saying that movies like, I was reading an article yesterday. They were saying that movies like Master of the Universe, Supergirl, and D&D Honor Among Thieves, among some other films, are proving that the theater formula is failing now. Because the movie going public has changed, that people are not interested, or they're not willing to spend money on things that they are unfamiliar with, and the fact that the nostalgia thing, like nostalgia goes in 30-year arcs. The 80s are over 30 years, are past that 30-year mark now. Now they're saying that nostalgia needs, if you're going to bank on nostalgia, you need to look into the 90s. You need to look at the things that kids were growing up in the 90s watching, not necessarily, the 80s. You could still squeeze things in. Oh, Transformers 1 was another one. That all of these movies got good critical reviews, good audience reviews, but people just didn't go to see them. Transformers 1 was the animated one that they did last year. That was kind of or the year before. That was kind of the origin story of Optimus and Megatron. Um, good positive reviews. People loved it. People were liking it. Didn't do well at the theater. Same thing with Supergirl. Same thing with Master of the Universe. And even though Dungeons and Dragons still cleared something like 200 mil at the box office, it still ended up, being considered a failure because it's still, you need to make. I think it was like 175 mil to make that movie. So
You got to make 400 to
at least like 350, something like that. It's not exactly a double, but it's almost that. It's like 75% or something like that. So,
and that's for it just not to be a failure.
right.
That's not even for
exactly.
it being a
That's
hit.
to break even, because you got to take the cost of the movie, and then
And
it
the
costs
promotions.
about 75 to 80% of the cost of the movie is then also put into is an additional cost for promotional and advertising and stuff like that. So all of the promotional materials, all the commercials, the posters, the popcorn containers, all that stuff, all of that merchandising that goes into it is usually about 75 to 80% of the budget of that film. It depends on the film, of course. Not every film needs that. Like Obsession, and some of these movies that just came out that have been making ridiculous amounts of money, like Backrooms and Obsession, to horror films that are amazingly successful, cost under 10 million each, from what I understand, if I remember correctly. It might be a little bit more than that, but their budgets are nothing in comparison to the budget for Master of the Universe or Supergirl. So, this is the Kevin Smith animated series on Netflix, and and She-Ra. There is the posters. Yeah, the Kevin Smith animated series on Netflix was absolutely fantastic, and then the She-Ra show, from what I understand, was also quite good. The So they're basically saying that the formula for movies needs to change. They need to start changing the IPs that they're looking at. They need to adjust. I mean, as much as I love seeing the things that I loved growing up watching being turned into live action films and shows, yeah, they're saying that maybe it's time for the 80s, for us to move off of the 80s and into the 90s for when it comes to nostalgia and IP. They're not saying they can't continue to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies and Transformers, but we're gonna have to move on.
Yep.
That being said, too, movies like the superhero movies, like the DC movies and the Marvel movies, are a whole different thing, because they're not so much nostalgia as they are superhero movies. Like,
They're
that's a
really the
whole
only
other
new
thing.
things in Hollywood right now. But yes. But speaking of moving on, we should move on. 'Cause we're at an hour and a half. So, I wanted to talk about one other thing, because I know you and I both watched it. Stewart Fails to Save the Universe
Yes.
on HBO Max. New series. From what I've heard, the episodes are all going to be anywhere between 15 minutes and like a half an hour long.
15 minutes.
That's what I
Really?
heard.
Heard
Yeah,
that.
and they're only releasing one episode per week.
Correct.
Watch the first episode,
And don't skip the opening credits.
oh, that was fucking hilarious.
That was hilarious.
It didn't even give me the option.
No.
It didn't even pop
Well,
up.
it gave me the option. Yeah, it gave me the pop-up.
I didn't.
But
I didn't get the pop up. But yeah, don't skip it. We really mean it. Don't skip it.
yeah, it was really great.
We're gonna
They're
make
saying-
these better every time. Don't.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm hearing. I'm hearing that the opening credits are going to be different. They're actually Danny Elfman did the opening.
And that's the thing. It says you don't want to skip the opening credits. Come on, this is Danny Elfman's score.
This is Danny Elfman score. And I've heard that he actually has done variations. So some episodes are going to have a different variation of the opening song by Danny Elfman. Personally, I really liked it. I thought it was great.
I enjoyed it.
It is a single camera sitcom, as opposed to the 3-camera sitcom that we saw that we see for Big Bang Theory and George and Mandy's. so it's a little more filmed kind of in a similar way to like Young Sheldon, but it is completely off the rails. We're seeing an alternate universe Stewart in his comic book shop. The world is fallen apart around him.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic. He's got Bert shows up, the geologist.
Sheldon, Leonard, and Howard created a device that basically destroyed the world when they turned it on.
Yeah, when they turned it on, exactly, and changed reality as they knew it.
Yes.
And
Some
so
quantum something or other.
right,
I gotta watch
and
the episode again.
Stewart happened to be in the room when they turned it on, and because of that, he knows what's going on. And so we see the steward of this universe, this destroyed universe, and he's talking to Bert, and they're bartering food for a comic book for a Batman 60 something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And they're
It's
talking
near
about
mint.
it. It's near mint. I could get 3 cans of Dinty Moore stew for this. And it's like I said, it's
I was saving this for my birthday, but
yeah.
fancy feast.
What flavor? Salmon. Deal. You know, it's like, so we're seeing. I mean, but the thing is too. So they're discussing that stuff, and there is obviously some sort of dimensional rift that they're just throwing garbage in and stuff, and
and they
eventually,
mentioned it like in all these dimensional rifts.
Yeah, and but anyways, it's and then another Stewart from another universe shows up and he tries to explain to the Steward of this world, like that he has to fix things, and so they go to
And here's how you do it.
Right.
And my time's really short. I got it. So just remember, it's got it.
So yeah, so Stewart is basically, and Stewart and Bert and whoever else are basically running on part of the information. They
have
to
no
Caltech.
information other
Right,
than
no.
that they got to get the device and turn it on.
We don't want to do too much we don't want to spoil too much because it just came out, but it was really hilarious. We had a little cameo by Raj. Basically, he comes in and part of it. We also, it looks like in each universe they're going to get, I think her name's Debbie, the girl. It was
Denise.
Denise, that's it, Denise, who at the end of Big Bang Theory was Stewart's girlfriend who worked in the shop with him.
Yeah, basically the main cast is Stewart, Bert, Kripke, and Denise.
Right. We see them. We're going to be seeing them. It looks like traveling from parallel to parallel, trying to get this machine working right.
Well, and to find where they can save the universe.
Right. And so we're seeing it. It looks like it's going to be really hilarious. Now, my question is, like, how long are they going to be able to keep this going? Like, a show that's about
10 episodes.
Right. That Stewart fails to save the universe. And if they decide to make a second season, does he fail to save it again? I mean, what does he save the universe but then fuck it up again? I mean, we're seeing it now. The universe itself, but dead is not dead, as each alternate universe will have different people. Correct. We don't know what, Raj dies in that universe, but maybe he's alive in another one.
You just spoiled it.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I did. My bad. For the
my
20
bad.
minutes.
Sorry. Oh, you don't know that one because you don't have Apple. That's from another Apple show. My bad.
What?
From Shrinking.
Oh, I see.
It's.
Kripke was really funny. I mean, they're also having an attached podcast that you can watch afterwards. And the first one, they interview like all the show creators. They show what's his name? Chuck Lorre, who made, like, he's this huge guy when it comes to sitcoms. He made 2.5 Men, and he made Big Bang Theory, and everything that's attached to Big Bang Theory. I think he also made Dharma and Greg. He's made a lot of sitcoms. So seeing that interview, and then they interview the actor who plays Barry Kripke, and it's pretty cool. And the people hosting the podcast are Will Wheaton and Felicia Day. And I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. Will Wheaton being kind of Mr. Podcast guy.
And having been on Big Bang.
Mr. Nerdy Podcast and having been on Big Bang. That's a great one. And, I don't think Felicia Day was ever on Big Bang,
She
but
wasn't.
she
that I know
she
of.
is also kind of nerd royalty. So that's pretty awesome too to
She's
see
pushing the
her.
Guild movie right now and the
Right.
Kickstarter for it.
I was
So
actually going to bring that up. Yeah, the um, the Guild movie was uh they started the Kickstarter like last week, and it was funded within like a day or two. They were asking for like 5 million, and they got that almost overnight. That was one of those. It was almost one of those like similar to Critical Role kind of things. Yeah, the Guild movie has been funded. Now they're looking at uh, like expansion stuff and whatever. Apparently, Nathan Fillion will have a small role in the Guild movie. And it's called, and the interesting thing is, and not to kind of, change subject relatively rapidly, but the Guild movie is called the Guild Renaissance or Renfested or something like that, where they go to the Renaissance
yeah.
Festival. And I'm like, I am in for this. This should be great. Um, but it is cool because it's been 20 years. The Guild does have it does have the distinction of being the first real internet television program, the first real
Web series.
web series that started off a pretty substantial genre of entertainment. You know, granted, most internet television tends to be more podcasty, more interviewish, more things like that. There's not as much in the way of scripted television, but it was still, or scripted entertainment, but it was still the beginning of such a thing. So, anyway, my hot take on Stewart saves or fails to save the universe. I like it so far. I think it has possibilities. Let's see. On Rotten Tomatoes, currently it is standing at a 76 tomato meter and an 81 from the fans. So that's pretty awesome. That is certified fresh. There was one episode has been released so far. The next episode is the 30th.
Yeah, Thursday.
So Thursday.
One new episode every Thursday for like the next
Yep.
10 weeks.
Yep. So we got Kevin Sussman as Stuart Bloom, Brian Posehn as Bert Kibler, Lauren Lapkus as Denise, John Ross Bowie as Barry Kripke. You got Chuck Lorre and Zach Penn are the executive producers, along with Bill Prady as an executive. All three of them are executive producers. Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady have worked together for tons of years, and Zach Penn has a lot of nerdy credits, including he did a
Nobody
lot of
cares.
superhero movies. He did a lot of superhero movies. He did X2, he did Free Guy, he did Ready Player One,
Okay, you've mentioned one movie I liked.
The Incredible Hulk, X-Men
Okay,
Last
you
Stand.
still mentioned which Incredible Hulk? The Incredible Hulk, like the very first one?
No, The Incredible Hulk with Norton.
Okay.
The MCU one.
There were two movies I liked.
Two movies. Yeah, X2 was a great X-Men movie. It was the
I
second
didn't think
one.
so. It was okay, but
I
X3 is
think
where
that
it
was
really shit
better
the bed.
than the
But
first one. Yeah,
X3 is
X3
really
shit
where it
the
shit the bed.
Looks like he worked on Last Action Hero. He worked on PCU, Osmosis Jones. I can't. I
Okay,
don't.
that's fine. We
Yeah.
don't need his whole history, Russ.
I'm just saying. The dude's he's got some.
I've heard of him.
Some
So.
nerdy credentials here. So yeah, I like it. I think it's got potential to see some cool stuff out of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Free Guy was great.
I
People on
still haven't
CD.
watched it.
I
I gotta
loved Free
watch
Guy.
that one.
You've not seen Free Guy? Dude, watch Free Guy.
I own it. I fucking bought it. I still haven't watched it. Yeah, I'm going to though. I'm making a kind of a concerted effort to try and start like watching a lot of the movies in my collection that I haven't watched yet. We definitely got to make that, push that one. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
about all I
Other than that,
got.
Renee and I are trying to finish off Justified City Primeval, which is the sequel show that they did. We got like 3 or 4 episodes left in that, and then after that, we're gonna get back to Spider Noir. I've got House of the Dragon to finish up.
Yeah, we got to
And
get
then
caught up on House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon. I mean, there's
yeah,
still.
I only watched the first episode so far.
Oh, okay.
In this season. And then we got Lanterns coming soon. We've got there's a ton of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we ganged up on Chris. Chris last week for a movie. Now it's your turn, Russ. Get busy. Watch Free Guy.
Watch Free Guy. I'm actually probably Monday of next week.
Oh yeah, I got to get back. I got to check out X-Men '97. I have to finish Mall. CD was reminding me of things as he posted he posted like crazy in the Nerd Basement today. I got to get back to Star Trek so I can get to DS9. I got to finish. I got to finish Spider Noir. I got to finish Mall.
Yeah, we got to get back to Star Trek, the original series, so we can move on to Next Generation. That's the other thing. Strange New Worlds came back last week.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Shit.
Strange New Worlds came back next week to some pretty spectacular reviews. They're saying
I need to get back. So now I got that on my list too.
Let's see here. Strange New Worlds, Star Trek. We are looking at 90 and 70. So 90% from the reviewers and 70% from the the fans. I mean, the fans, when it comes to Star Trek, fans are pretty fickle. But the initial reviews that I've been seeing and hearing about for the new episode, the first episode of the season, they're saying they're loving it. Apparently, it was exceedingly well received.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was actually thinking about maybe catching that first episode tonight before I turn in, but Stella is probably going to want to watch House of the Dragon, so we may do that instead. So, yep. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight on this.
Yes. Sorry, there were so many streaming issues at the beginning.
Yep, exactly.
It smoothed out about halfway through.
Mm-hmm. If you guys really need to see more, hear more, you can always catch us when Chris uploads the episode to.
I got to get back to that. I fell behind
else.
on that again. Fuck,
Chris,
dude, I've been busy launching a business.
Dude, yeah, but this is part of the business.
I know it is.
Oh, also quick one too.
But I'm the only one doing the business. I'm a one-man show when it comes to the business side of things.
So, Batman Nightfall Part 1, the animated version of Batman Nightfall, the story of the breaking of the Bat. They did release the release date for it. The title will be released on September 8th, 2026. So, a little over a month away. Be sure to check that out, guys. It's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be a trilogy. Released both on Blu-ray, both physical media and, of course, on streaming
HBO
as well. Mm-hmm.
HBO Max.
Correct.
Well, no, I think it's just it's back to HBO Max now.
Yeah, they were trying to bring it back down to HBO, but it's HBO Max again. So yeah,
they went to Max, then they went to HBO. Then they said, "Well, we're going to go back to HBO, and we're going to settle on HBO Max," which is what it was.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
Oh no, Russ, no redirect issues. Go watch Free Guy.
Don't worry, I will. Yeah, this one I've been really meaning to get to because it does look like
it was actually better than I expected it. I mean, I thought I was going to enjoy it, but it was better than I expected.
For sure.
It was more fun.
Also, Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's version of Frankenstein, is going to be released as part of the Criterion Collection on October 27th. So also,
yes, CD. I know. I have to watch Expanse. Russ does too.
Yeah, we do. We gotta watch Expanse, CD. We know. We get it.
First season was great. I gotta finish it out now.
For sure.
But yeah, remember you can So I think we should wrap things up right now. So
We should.
I think we should remember you can follow us on most of the social medias. We are on Facebook, Nerds with Alcohol Show, and pretty much everywhere else at Drinking Nerds. Keep your ears open. I'm sure I'll be announcing it here hopefully next week. That things are actually live and that the website's up and working. So you can get some nerdy gear if you want. But yeah, I'll let you know when that happens. Get koozies and tumblers, and so yeah, I actually made this tumbler too. Got the map of Greyhawk on it.
Oh, very cool, man.
No, I can't sell this one, but I made it for myself as a test. But yeah, came out really good. You can actually read the map. I mean, things are tiny, but it's
yeah.
And I made Renee a tumbler that says "Kiss whoever the fuck you want." That one's going to be on the website. So,
right on. I love it.
Well, it's got the Pride colors on it and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, I got some ideas for some other ones. I'm starting off much smaller. I'm not going to go crazy and put a bunch of things out there, but right now, and I may rotate things in and out, but we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, so we will be back on Friday.
Yep. Back on Friday, back in the Nerd Basement playing D&D.
Picking up from the last fight. You didn't miss anything because we didn't play last time.
Right. Yay.
We played Daggerheart instead, so you did miss Daggerheart.
I missed something. How are you liking
that? Everybody seems to have liked it. Both Pete and Rich said they really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It's very different. It really forces the players to be more engaged.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not really forces, but it's a lot of things they say. It's like, all right, you're walking in the forest. Describe the trees to me. Right. And that's what the DM says. He looks at the players and goes, all right, describe the trees. What are you seeing? How's the forest look?
It definitely pulls the players more into the storytelling aspect from what I've seen so far.
Now, one of the things I didn't care for was so they got attacked by basically what are they? Twig blights or whatever. The little plant creatures.
Okay.
Little humanoid plant creatures, and they're like, the bandits are all wearing the same tabards. Have one of the players describe what the ratty tabards look like, and I'm like, no, they don't. They're freaking plants. They don't have a tabard on.
Okay.
They're little bushes that are running around on two legs. They don't have.
It doesn't.
They don't have clothes.
Just because it says that doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it.
Right. But I just that it was that kind of thing. So but anyway, but yeah, so check us out. We'll be back at 7:30 on Friday in the Nerd Basement right here on Twitch. And then Russ and I should be back next Tuesday. Same nerd time, same nerd channel.
Absolutely.
So, and I think on that note. Until next time. Slainte. All right. Have a good week, everybody.
Good night.